Hi everyone, it's Hannah from HanJan Crochet, and in today's tutorial we are making the largest square for my Spring into Bloom blanket together. All the information for where you can find the written pattern is in the description below, but if you've been following along with me already with this pattern, you'll know that we have made the small square, which is this one that we have here, and then that small square turned into a medium square, which is the one that we have here. And today we're going to carry on working from where we left off, from round 22 onwards, to make the large square. So if you haven't yet made any of these, you just need to navigate through, and of course I'll add the links for where to find these videos. You'll need to go to the small square and to the medium square to catch up and then be ready to continue with this large square with me. The written pattern tells you how you can create any type of blanket. These all tessellate together really nicely, so you can make as many small, medium and large squares as you like to create your very own version of this blanket. In the description you'll also find information for all the materials that you'll need, but we are, just as a reminder, working in sport weight yarn. This is Heatherly Sport from We Crochet, and I'm using a 4mm crochet hook with it. You'll also be needing a pair of scissors and a needle for your ends. To work our large square then, we're going to continue on from this medium one that we have. To begin with then, I'm going to find a chain one space at a corner. It can be any of the four corners, and I'm going to join my next colour of yarn here to begin our round 22. So I'm going to start with a chain one to get myself going, and then into that chain one corner space I'm going to work a half double crochet, chain two and a half double crochet. So there's our half double crochet, a chain two and a half double crochet, all into that same chain one space at the corner there. Now we're going to be working a front post double crochet in our next stitch, which, if you remember, we've done lots of these already so far in this square, in these squares. So we're going to work around the post of this next stitch that we have there and work that double crochet just like that. Next up, we need to do a front post double crochet in the stitches 2 rounds below. So the next 2 stitches 2 rounds below, we're going to work a front post double crochet. So that looks like this. We're going to yarn over and we're going to go down to that stitch, which happens to be in the same colour there, and we'll work that double crochet there, and then we do the same in the next stitch. So a front post double crochet in that next stitch along 2 rounds below, and then I'm going to chain one and skip one. So that's this long post stitch that we have here that we're going to skip, and then we're going to half double crochet in the next 4 stitches. So we have 1, 2, 3 and 4, so we'll half double crochet in each of those. Then we're ready to chain one, skip one, and then half double crochet in 1, 2 and 3. Now next up we are going to chain 2, skip 2 and half double crochet in 2. So our pattern then becomes chain 2, skip 2 and then half double crochet in 2. And we need to do that a total of 5 times. So that's the first time that we've done it. Then I'm going to chain 2, going to skip 2, and then I'm going to work a half double crochet in the next 2. So that's our second time of doing it. We chain 2, skip 2, and then work 2. It's our third one. Chain 2, skip 2, work 2. Is our fourth one. Chain 2, skip 2, and then work 2. Now we're ready to chain 2, to skip 2, but then half double crochet in the next 3 stitches here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 20, 21 and 3. Then we'll chain 1, we'll skip 1, which is this long post stitch, and then we're going to half double crochet in 4. So there's 1, 2, 3, and that's 4. Then we chain 1, skip 1, which again is this long post stitch, and then we're going to front post double crochet in the next two rounds below. So down here we're going to go around these 2 stitches and work a front post double crochet around each of them. And then lastly, we're going to work a front post double crochet around this last stitch here before we get to the corner space. So that's the repeat for this round. Each of the sides gets this exact same stitches. We're then going to carry on around and work along each of these 4 sides. So we've got 3 more to go. So just to start you off, we're going to work a half double crochet, chain 2, and a half double crochet all into that corner space there. Then you're ready to start doing your post stitch around the next one, and then the next 2 rounds below, etc, etc. So work around for this round 22 until you get back to the first stitch, and then we're going to slip stitch to join, but I'm going to change colour. Now I'm at the end of that round and I'm ready to slip stitch to join, but I've broken my yarn because I'm going to join my next colour here. And then to start we chain 1, and then I'm going to double crochet into that first stitch that we're already in there. And then into my chain 2 space I need to work 2 double crochet, a chain 1 and 2 double crochet. So we have 1, 2 double crochet, a chain 1 and then 2 double crochet, all into that chain 2 space there to make our new corner. Then we are going to double crochet in the next 4 stitches. So here's our first one here, 1 and then 2, 3 and 4. So that takes us up to where we get to a chain 1 here. So that's our 4 double crochet there. And then I'm going to do a front post treble, so a nice long stitch in 2 rounds below, so we've obviously got that chain 1 that we have there, so it's this brown stitch that I have here. So I'm going to yarn over twice and work this long stitch around the post of that brown stitch that we have there, and just work your way up, making sure that it meets the height of the other stitches on your row that you've already got. Then I'm going to double crochet in the next 4, so we've got 1, 2, 3 and 4 here. And then we have a front post treble right down around this long stitch 2 rounds below. Then we're going to double crochet in the next 28 stitches. So that is going to take us all the way up until we get to this next long stitch that we have down here, because we're going to create exactly as we are for all of the rounds. We're going to have a symmetrical half and half here. So work all the way along 28 stitches up until we get to this chain 1 here. And then as always, you can either work into the chain space or you can work into the chains themselves. I'm enjoying working into the chains themselves. Then when you've done those 28 stitches, we're going to work a front post treble down 2 rounds below around this long stitch that we have there. Then we are going to double crochet in the next 4 stitches. Then we're ready for our next front post treble. So down 2 rounds below. and then we're going to double crochet in the next 3 stitches. And that is the repeat for this round. So round 23, you need to continue working around. So if you remember, we began with a double crochet in that first stitch there just before we got to the corner, and we have 1 stitch here just before we get to the corner. So work your double crochet there and then go around this corner all the way around, and then we're going to keep repeating that around the square up until you get back to your first stitch again. Here I am ready to start round 24, and I've broken my yarn and I'm going to join my new colour there. And to start, I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm going to do a half double crochet in this first stitch that I'm currently in. Then I'm going to chain 1 and skip the next stitch, then work a front post double crochet in the next one. Then we need to chain 2, ready to work into this chain 2 space that we have, chain 1 space that we have in the corner here, and we're going to work a 3 double crochet cluster in this chain 1 space. So if you remember, we've done these on the other squares. We're going to yarn over and we're going to begin a double crochet, then we're going to yarn over and we're going to begin another double crochet, and then we'll yarn over and begin our 3rd double crochet. And then once we've got those 4 loops on the hook, we'll yarn over and pull through all 3 there. And now we chain 2, and then we're going to front post double crochet in the next stitch, or around the next stitch. Then we chain 1, we skip 1, and then we're going to half double crochet in the next 2. So this is our skip stitch, and then we're going to half double crochet in the next 2. I'm going to chain 1, skip 1, and then front post double crochet in the next 2 stitches. That's 1, and that one is 2. Then we'll chain 2, skip the next 2 stitches, 1 and 2, and then we'll half double crochet in the next, and then front post double crochet in the next 2. Now we're ready to chain 2, skip 2, and then we're going to half double crochet in the next 9 stitches. Now I've done those 9, I'm going to front post double crochet in the next 2, so these 2 stitches that we have here. Then I will chain 2, skip 2, and then front post double crochet in the next 2. And you'll see, just as a note, that these line up on top of, and throughout this design, everything kind of lines up logically, hopefully, is how I've tried to design it. Then we're ready to half double crochet in 9, because we're starting our mirror. We're going to chain 2, skip 2, and then front post double crochet in the next 2. So that's 1 and 2. Then we're going to half double crochet in the next, chain 2, skip 2, and then front post double crochet in the next 2. So those were the 2 skip ones there that I touched, and then front post double crochet around the next 2. Now I'm going to chain 1, I'm going to skip 1, and then I'm going to half double crochet in the next stitch. And that is our repeat for the round, because we worked here, we worked our first one of it, we worked a half double crochet in the next, chain 1, skip 1, and then a front post double crochet to get us to the corner. So work your way around doing that repeat all the 4 sides, and then meet me back when you're ready to join to your first stitch again. Okay, for round 25 I am joining my new colour to that first stitch there. Then I'm going to begin by chaining 1 and working a half double crochet in that first stitch there. Then I'm going to work a front post double crochet in the next stitch 2 rounds below. So we have, this is the round below and that's the round below that. So we're going to go into and around that stitch there and work a front post double crochet round there. Then we're going to work a half double crochet in the next stitch. And then into this chain 2 space, we're going to work 2 half double crochet. So 1 into that first chain there, and then 1 into the second chain, which is always a bit tighter before you get to that cluster stitch. Then we're going to work 3 double crochet in the 3 double crochet cluster stitch, which is the next one that we come to here. So 1, 2 and 3 there, and then let's swivel around a bit so that we're then ready with this chain 2 that we come to here. We're going to work a half double crochet in each of those or into the chain space. As I keep trying to remind you, it's entirely up to you whether you work into the chain spaces or into the chain throughout this pattern. Then we're going to work a half double crochet in the next, and then we're ready to do a front post double crochet, not triple Hannah, front post double crochet 2 rounds below, so down around this stitch that we have there. Then we can half double crochet in the next stitch, chain 1 and skip 1. Then we're going to work a front post double crochet in 2 rounds below, which is going to be over the top where this chain 1 is here. So down into this darker blue, we're going to work a front post double crochet. Now we're going to half double crochet in the next 9. And then after those 9, we're going to chain 2, skip 2, and then work a half double crochet in the next 6. And then after those 6, we need to work a front post treble in the next stitch 3 rounds below. So we're looking at the next stitch along, and there's 1, 2, 3 rounds below. So this lighter blue, we're going to do a front post treble, so a long stitch with 2 yarns over before we start around that stitch there, and we just need to make sure that it comes up to the height of the round that we're working on. And then we're going to do a front post double crochet in the next 2 stitches. There's 1 and 2, and then half double crochet in 2, which are our chains. And then we're halfway through, so we're going to now start mirroring. We're going to work a front post double crochet in the next 2, then our front post treble that goes 3 rounds below, so 1, 2, 3 rounds below. We're going to go there. Oh, I've done too many rounds, have I? Don't know if I did that right or wrong. There we go, let's try again. So twice around, then go down around that post, and then making sure that it comes up to the height we need it to be. Now we're ready to half double crochet in 6. We're going to chain 2, skip 2, and then half double crochet in 9. Now we need to front post double crochet around the stitch 2 rounds below, so in this darker blue colour. Then we're going to chain 1, skip 1, and we're ready to start the repeat again. So it starts with a half double crochet in that stitch, a front post double crochet 2 rounds below, our half double crochet in the next, and then we're ready to start into this chain 2 by working 2 half double crochet. So if you want to go ahead and work that repeat all the way around the square, and then meet me back and we'll be ready to do round 26. Now to get us ready for round 26, I'm changing my yarn colour there on the last part of that last stitch. And for round 26, we're going to be working lots of cluster stitches. So we're going to chain 1, and we're going to begin with a 3 double crochet cluster in this stitch. So if you remember, we begin 1 double crochet, we begin another double crochet, and then we begin a 3rd double crochet. And then we yarn over and we pull through all of the loops on the hook. And then we're going to chain 1. We're going to skip the next stitch, which is this front bow stitch here, and then we're going to work a double crochet in the next stitch. Then we chain 1, we skip 1, and then we work a 3 double crochet cluster in the next. So we have 1, 2, and that's 3. We're going to chain 1 and skip 1, and then in the next stitch is going to be 3 double crochet cluster, chain 1 and a 3 double crochet cluster. So that's going to end up in our corner. So we skip this next stitch and then work into here with a 1, 2, and 3, a chain 1, and then another cluster. Let's swivel around a bit. There we go. All in that same stitch. So 1, 2, and 3. We're going to chain 1, and then we'll skip 1, and then the next stitch gets a 3 double crochet cluster. Chain 1, skip 1, and then a double crochet in the next. Chain 1, skip 1, and then a 3 double crochet cluster. Nearly didn't say it there. 3 double crochet cluster in the next. So that has given us basically a huge great big corner that is symmetrical there. Next up, we're going to chain 2, we'll skip 2, and then we'll work a 3 double crochet cluster in the next. So I didn't count that right at all, did I? Because there's a chain 1 there. So miss that chain 1, miss that next one, and then a 3 double crochet cluster in this next stitch that we have here. Then we chain 1, skip 1, and work a 3 double crochet cluster in the next. Now we're ready to chain 1, skip 1, and then double crochet in the next 2 stitches that we have here. There's 1, and there's, oh, nearly, there's 2. Now we need to front post treble around the stitch 2 rounds below. So this is the round below, and this is 2 rounds below. So we're going to go around that one, and then make sure that we come up to the height of the current round that we're on. Chain 2, skip the next 2, and then we're going to double crochet in the next 6. So we're starting off in those chains that we come to there. So 1 and 2 of those. That's 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now we're going to front post double crochet in the next 4. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to chain 1, skip 1, and then double crochet in the next 2 stitches. Let me just check I've told you that right. Yes, double crochet in the next 2 stitches, and that's then in the center of our side. Now we're going to chain 1 and then front post double crochet, in the next 4. Now we're ready to double crochet in 6. Then we chain 2 and skip 2. Then we need to do a front post treble down in 2 rounds below. So following along that long line we already have there. Double crochet in the next 2 stitches. Chain 1, skip 1, and then we're working a 3 double crochet cluster in our next stitch. Chain 1, skip 1, and a 3 double crochet cluster in our next. Now we're ready to chain 2 and skip 2, and then we are back at the beginning of this repeat, and we work a 3 double crochet cluster in this one as our first stitch of the repeat. So you just need to then work all the way around. I've just done the new 3 double crochet cluster there, so we carry on from this point all the way around, doing all 4 sides, and then meet me back here when you're ready for round 27. So now I've finished round 26 and I've slip stitched in my first stitch to join, and now I'm going to work on round 27, which you will be hopefully happy to know is an almost exact repeat of the round that we have just done. So we are going to begin with a chain 1 to start us off with, and then we're going to work a 3 double crochet cluster into that first stitch that we have there. Now we need to chain 1 and skip 1, and then we're going to double crochet into the next, which, as you see, is the double crochet from the round before. We're going to chain 1, we're going to skip 1, and then work a 3 double crochet cluster into the next stitch, which again is a 3 double crochet cluster. Then we'll chain 1 and we skip 1, and in our next stitch we're going to work a 3 double crochet cluster. So that's on top of one of those clusters from the round below. And then that brings us to our corner, which is a chain 1 space. And in that chain 1 space, we're going to work a double crochet, a chain 2, and a double crochet, all into that chain 1 space that we have there. Then we're ready to start working along this side. And we're going to work a 3 double crochet cluster in this next stitch. So 1, 2, and 3. Then we're ready to start again, following along with exactly what we have here along this side. We've chained 1, and now we're going to work a 3 double crochet cluster in this next cluster. Then we will chain 1, we'll skip 1, and then work a double crochet in the next. Then we chain 1, skip 1, 3 double crochet cluster in the next. Now we need to chain 2 and skip 2 and then 3 double crochet cluster in the next. Then we chain 1, skip 1 and 3 double crochet cluster in our next. Now we're going to chain 1, skip 1 and then work a double crochet in the next 2 stitches. Then we have a front post double crochet in our next. Now we need to chain 2, skip 2 and then work a double crochet in the next 6 stitches. Now we're going to front post double crochet in the next 4. We'll chain 1, we'll skip 1 and then double crochet in the next 2. We chain 1, skip 1 and then front post double crochet in the next 4 stitches. Now we need to double crochet in the next 6. Then we'll chain 2, skip 2 and then a front post double crochet around the next. And now double crochet in 2. We chain 1, we skip 1 and then we do a 3 double crochet cluster in the next. Then we chain 1, we skip 1 and a 3 double crochet cluster in the next. Then we're ready to chain 2 and we're going to skip 2 and that then brings us to the start of that repeat again. So we then go into the next stitch doing a 3 double crochet cluster as we've done here, and then chain 1, skip 1, double crochet, etc, etc. So essentially this round is exactly the same as the previous round, apart from our corner stitches that we have here. So our corner has a 3 double crochet cluster in that cluster, a double crochet, chain 2 double crochet in the chain 1 space, and then a 3 double crochet cluster in this next stitch there. Otherwise, the stitches literally sit on top of each other and they match each other. So work your way around round 27 now and meet me back. I'm going to change colour on the next round and then we're not far off done. So at the end of round 27, I've broken my yarn and I've slip stitched to join here. But what I'm going to now do to start my next round, round 28, is to join to one of my chain 2 corner spaces. So you can join to any of them. Grab your new yarn and then we begin with a chain 1 to start us off. And then we're going to work 3 half double crochet into that chain space there. And now we're going to work a half double crochet in the next 5 stitches. So we have 1, There's 2, 3 will be this chain that we come across, 4 will be our cluster stitch there, and then 5 is the next chain along. Now we're going to work a front post double crochet in the next stitch, so that's around this double crochet that we have here. Then we need to work a half double crochet in the next 8 stitches, so make sure you grab that chain that we have coming up here at us. So there's 1, 2, 3 and 4, because that's a chain 2 that we've come to there. 5, 6, 7, and there is 8. Now we're going to work a front post double crochet around the next 3. That's 2, and there we have 3. Now we need to half double crochet in the next 2, which are these 2 chains that we have here. That's 1, and oops, that's 2. Then we're going to chain 2, we're going to skip 2, then we're going to work a half double crochet in the next 4 stitches. That's 1, 2, 3, and there's 4. Now we're going to front post double crochet in the next 2. And now we're going to half double crochet in 8. Now we're ready to front post double crochet in the next 2. Then half double crochet in 4. We're going to chain 2 and then skip 2 and then half double crochet in the next 2. So there are chains that we come across there. Now we can front post double crochet in the next 3 stitches. And now half double crochet in the next 8. So make sure you grab all of the chains that we have along this section here. That's 2. There's 3, 4, 5 and 6 are the chains that we have here. Oh, my yarn's fallen off the end. Never mind. That's 7, and this one is number 8. There we go. We're going to not half double, I've got that on the brain. We're going to front post double crochet in the next, and then we're going to half double crochet in 5, making sure we catch any of those chains that we have. And that brings us to our next chain 2 space for our corner. And so you're going to repeat that all the way around now. So remember, we begin with our 3 half double crochet in that chain 2 space for your corner, and then carry on repeating exactly what we've just done across this side. So that is round 28. If you want to work all the way around, meet me back. We're going to slip stitch into the first to join, and then we'll be ready to do round 29. Right, so we're ready. I've slip stitched in my first stitch, ready to start round 29. And I'm going to chain 1 to begin with, and then I'm going to half double crochet in that stitch that we're already in. And then the next stitch is our corner stitch, and in that I'm going to work a half double crochet, a chain 2 and a half double crochet. So there's our chain 2 and there's our half double crochet. Now let's swivel so that we can work along this long side now. And we're going to half double crochet in the next stitch. Then we're going to front post, oh, I got carried away again. I'm going to front post double crochet, so only go round once, but it's going to be 2 rounds below. So that's into this stitch that we have down there. Then we need to half double crochet in the next stitch, chain 1 and skip 1, and we do that again. We're going to half double crochet in the next stitch, chain 1 and skip 1. Then we need to front post double crochet in the next stitch, so we're skipping this one, and then we're going to do a front post double crochet around this one. Then we're going to chain 1, skip 1, and then half double crochet in the next. So chain 1, skip 1, and then half double crochet in the next. And we'll do that 4 times. So that's 1 repeat that we've done. We're going to skip this next one, half double crochet in this one. That's 2 repeats. Chain 1, skip 1, and then work a half double crochet. That's 3. Chain 1, skip 1, and then this becomes our number 4. Now we need to front post double crochet in the next 3 stitches there. 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to half double crochet in the next, chain 1, skip 1 4 times. So here's our half double crochet in the next. We're going to chain 1, we're going to skip 1. That's 1 repeat done. This is 2. This is 3. And that is 4. Now we're going to front post double crochet in the next 2, making sure we skip this one here. There's 1 and there's 2. Now we're going to half double crochet in the next 8. Now let's front post double crochet in the next 2. Then we're going to chain 1, skip 1, and work a half double crochet in the next. We're going to do that 4 times. So that's 1. This is 2. Oh, if I can get it through. There's 2. This is going to be 3. And then this will be 4. Now we need to front post double crochet in those next 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to half double crochet, chain 1, skip 1 4 times. So half double crochet, chain 1, skip 1. That's our first repeat. And this is our second. that's our third, and this is 4. Now we are going to front post double crochet in this next stitch. Then we need to chain 1, skip 1 and half double crochet in the next. And we do that twice. So then chain 1, skip 1 and half double crochet in the next. Then we're ready to front post double crochet in the stitch 2 rounds below. So that's this one down 2 rounds below here. Then that is our repeat for this round 29. So we're 1 stitch away from our corner, which is where we want to be, and we begin the repeat. Sorry, I nearly said the next round. We begin the repeat by working a half double crochet in the next stitch. Then you're in your corner and you're going to work a half double crochet, a chain 2 and a half double crochet all in that corner stitch that we have there. So go ahead and repeat that all the way around on round 29, and then you're going to slip stitch into your first stitch, and I'm going to change to my darkest brown colour to work the last 2 rounds. Okay, so for round 30 I'm going to join my darker brown here, and then I'm going to chain 1 when I get hold of the yarn. There we go, chain 1, and then I'm going to half double crochet in that very first stitch that I'm already in. Then in the next stitch I'm going to front post double crochet, and in the chain 2 corner space we're going to work our half double crochet, chain 2 and half double crochet. So there's our half double crochet, here's a chain 2 and there's a half double crochet. So now we need to front post double crochet in the next stitch, and then half double crochet in our next one. We're going to front post double crochet in the next, which is already a post stitch that we have there. And then we're going to half double crochet in the next, chain 1 and skip 1. Then we'll repeat that again, half double crochet in the next, chain 1 and skip 1. Then we front post double crochet in the next, which is a post stitch. We chain 1, skip 1 and then work a half double crochet in the next. So it's repeating what we've done on the round below there. And we do that 4 times. So chain 1, skip 1 and then a half double crochet. That's our second time of doing that. Chain 1, skip 1 and then a half double crochet in the next. Chain 1, skip 1 and a half double crochet in the next. So that's our four times of doing that. Then we're going to work a half double crochet in the next stitch, and then a front post double crochet in the next 2 stitches, and they're front post stitches already. So there's 1 and that one is 2. Then we're going to work what we did on the round below. We're going to work a half double crochet in the next, a chain 1 and a skip 1, and we're going to do that for a total of 4 times. So that's our first way of doing it. We're going to do a half double crochet in the next and chain 1 and skip 1. That's 2 times. This is our 3rd time of doing it, and then that is number 4. Now we're going to work a front post double crochet in the next stitch, which is this one that we have here. Then we need to work half double crochet in the next 10 stitches. So here's our number 1. Then we have our 8 that we had from the round below. and then after those 10 we're going to work a front post double crochet in the next stitch. Then we need to match what we did on the round before, and we're going to chain 1, skip 1, and then work a half double crochet in the next, and we'll do that for a total of 4 times. So that's our first time. This is a chain 1, skip 1, and a half double crochet for the second time. Chain 1, skip 1, and work 1, that's the third time. Chain 1, skip 1, and work 1 for the fourth time. Now we're going to work a front post double crochet in these next 2. There's 1 and there's 2. Then a half double crochet in the next stitch. Now we need to copy what we did on the round below here, so we're going to work a half double crochet, chain 1 and skip 1, and that's for a total of 4 times. So that's our second repeat of it. This is our third repeat of it, and this is our fourth one. Now we're going to front post double crochet around that post stitch that we already have there. We're going to chain 1, skip 1, and work a half double crochet in the next. And we'll do that twice. So chain 1, skip 1, and a half double crochet in the next. And then to finish the repeat for this round, we're going to front post double crochet in our next stitch there. So that now becomes the repeat for this round. Work all the way around, do all 4 sides just as we've done before, and then that will be round 30. Slip stitch in your first to join, and then we'll be on to the final round. Now here we are, ready to start round 31, which is our final round of this. We are going to begin by chaining 1, and then we're going to half double crochet in that first stitch that we're already in. Then we're going to front post double crochet in the next, which is already a post stitch. Then we are going to half double crochet in the next stitch. And that now brings us to our chain 2 corner space that we have there. And in that we're going to work 4 half double crochet. 1 and 2, 3, and that's 4. Then we need to work a half double crochet in the next, and then a front post double crochet in the next, which is already a post stitch. Then we need to do that again, a half double crochet in the next stitch, and then a front post double crochet in the next. Now we're going to half double crochet in the next 4. There's 1, there's 2 here, which is a chain, and then 3 is a stitch, and 4 is a chain. Then we're going to front post double crochet in the next one, which again is a post stitch. Then we need to half double crochet in the next 9. So that's a combination of chains and stitches that we have here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now we need to front post double crochet around the next 2 stitches. And then we're going to half double crochet in 8. So again, a mixture of stitches and chains here. Now we're going to front post double crochet around this next stitch, and then half double crochet in 10, which is 10 half double crochets from the round before. That brings us to our next front post double crochet there. And then we're going to half double crochet in 8. Again, some of these are chains and some are stitches. So if, like me, you're working into the actual chains, make sure you keep doing that, or you can work into the chain spaces, whatever you have been doing. Now we need to front post double crochet in the next 2 stitches. Then we half double crochet in 9. We're going to front post double crochet in that next stitch, and then half double crochet in 4. Then to finish off this repeat, we're going to front post double crochet in the next stitch. And that is our repeat for this round. We're here ready to start working in towards that corner, just how we did here at the beginning of this round. So work that all the way around, and then you're going to slip stitch into your first stitch to join, and that will be your large square now complete. Now, depending on how you're formatting your blanket and how many of these you're making, you'll need to do whatever versions you are of the small, medium and large squares. Then you need to block them all to measurements, and the details of that are all within the pattern. So block them to measurements, and then the next part of the process will be where we get back together and we join them, and then we'll add a border to finish.